Hey guys, what's going on this afternoon? What is up? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. We are on every day, daily 2:30 p.m. Pacific time zone, frequently live. Today is a pre-record. I've got a match today at 2 o'clock, so I'm assuming I'll be on the court at 2:30. Anyway, so that's the reason for today's pre-record and not going live. Look, today I want to talk about what's the foolproof formula for, and just fill in the blank, right? And I get this question a lot what's the foolproof formula for swing tech, uh, anticipation, all kinds of different things, and I've got the answer for you coming up here in just a second. Before we get into it, just a quick reminder, and especially if you are brand new to web tennis, hey, thank you and welcome. I do two shows a day. One as in the afternoon. This one, the Mindset Tennis Project, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time Zone, but also in the mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific Time Zone. Usually live. Once in a great while, it is pre-recorded, but typically live. And we work on two things. Number one, shot choice. Where do you want the ball to land over there, and where do you want to move to next on the court to enhance your shot choice? I cherry pick a point, video point from either one of my matches or someone else's match, and we look at the point. But I pause the video right before one of the players is about to play their shot and ask you, what do you think's the right shot based on those two things? Shot choice, right? Where do you want to land over there, and then where do you want to move to next on the court? So make sure that you hit the notification bell on the YouTube channel so that you get notified every time I do go live and or upload new content. All right, look, today, what's the foolproof formula for fill in the blank? There was a question yesterday about it was a doubles point, and one of my opponent, it was a doubles point. I just said that doubles point, and I was up at net, and my partner was joining me up at net, and one of the balls was hit pretty close to me. Right, it was right. The player was right in front of me. He was right in the service line, his service line, and the ball went between the two of, well, not between the two of us, because my partner actually was able to take a stab into the middle and get a backhand volley back and play. But the question was, look, Brent, the ball went pretty close to you. You actually could have made a play on it, and that happens to me a lot. And what's the formula for being able to not let that happen again? And I said, well, look, you got to take into several things into consideration. Like, number one, what is that opponent's tendencies? If they've showed you that shot before, okay, now you're actually anticipating that that's a possibility. But if they haven't shown you that shot, maybe they've gone up the line a couple times, maybe they've lobbed over you a couple times from that similar situation. Well, that's what you've been trained to look for. And here's the reality in doubles. You and your partner can only really cover about 80% of the court on any given shot that your opponents are about to play. You just can never cover 100% of the court. And the best teams, I tell you this, they cover 80% of the court 100% of the time. And when you do that, sure, you're going to lose some points from time to time, but you're going to win a majority of them because you guys are in the right place at the right time, covering 80% of the court. And what does that mean for your opponents? Well, they've now got to really thread the needle up the line, in between you, maybe a little short roller cross court, maybe a tough lob, whatever it is. But they're feeling the pressure that you've squeezed them down to only being able to use about 20% of the court. So when that one ball does go by you, that in the video it looks like, sure, you could have made a play on that. Okay, you could have, but again, you can't cover every possibility. That's just impossible. So when that happens to you, let's say that a ball goes right by you up the middle and you could have made a play on it. If you knew it was coming, the chances are you're probably thinking of a different shot choice from that opponent based on what they've shown you up to that point in the match. So when that happens, ball goes by you, don't worry about it, right? It's just 1 point. Right? Put that in your memory bank as, all right, well, that's a possibility that if upcoming points you find yourself in that same situation, well, now you got to anticipate that that's a possibility from that opponent. So the bottom line here, there's no foolproof formula for that situation. There just isn't. It's like stroke technique. Someone says, "Well, God, how do I do? You know, how do I not make unforced errors on this one ball, whatever?" Right? There's no guarantee, right? You just do the best you can do, and you try to eliminate those kinds of unforced errors as much as possible. And when you do, I'm not saying you got to be a pusher, but when you do, man, you just put yourself in a better position to be able to win that point, win games, win sets, and win the matches. Hope this has helped today, right? Look, we've been talking a lot about the topspin second serve the last few days. Um, First, what today? Today's Thursday. As I record this on Tuesday, we talked about what happens after you miss that first serve, right? You've got a few seconds there before you start your second serve. Your second serve, excuse me, and there's a real strong possibility for some negative self-talk between the first and second serves. I mean, the basic self-talk could be, "Oh my God, I really hope I don't double fault here," right? Or, "I hope I just don't throw in a fat sitter just to get it in play that really sets up the returner, whether it's singles or doubles." And so you really need to be able to change that self-talk, that mindset into something way more positive. And if you've got a really good topspin second serve, well, then that's an easy thing to do. The other thing we talked about yesterday, which was Wednesday, was the need for swing speed, right? If you really want a high quality topspin second serve that's got a serious bounce to it, maybe it's got a kick, but at least it's got a high bounce. It doesn't give that returner an offensive opportunity. Is you got to bring in swing speed. And I know for me, the difference between swing speed in my first serve and my second serve, I've got way more swing speed on my second serve. I'm looking for that high quality spin that I want to create. And the only way that you can do that is with more swing speed. We're going to fix that next week. If you're on my email list, good, because you get an email from me either Wednesday or Thursday next week. We're going to talk about how you can get that fixed. And then the other thing is, look, toss placement. If you don't know where that toss is going to end up after it leaves your hand, you're just low on confidence when you go up to address the ball or when you go up to find out where that toss ends up. You got to be consistent with that. And I'm going to show you how to do that next week. We're going to fix it if you've got any toss placement consistency issues. Because when you do, confidence is just boiling over. And that's when you really start to get a high quality, consistently high quality topspin second serve. And if you're not on my email list, you got to get on there. Just go on over to webtennis.com, drop in a first name, email address, and you'll be all set. So look, the other thing is I do offer some one-on-one private coaching on court down here in Rancho Mirage in the desert. It's usually a multi-day session. I don't do regular lessons. I'm not like, well, you show up once a week for an hour. I don't do that. It's really more of a condensed 2 to 3 day, 2-hour session each one of those days. We shoot video. It's an in-depth look at several different things. But look, mindset training, for me, that was the missing piece. Last year, 2023, I finally decided I needed to do a deep dive on mindset training. Did that, came up with 5 mindset habits that don't take much time every day, but that really helped me last year. 9 USA national gold balls in singles and doubles, a world doubles title in Mallorca, and all that within a 15-month run. So mindset training obviously is important. If you've got some interest in that, I can help you with that. Video stroke tech analysis. I like that better than actually being on the court rather than just talking about it and demonstrating it. When I can show you side-to-side examples of where you're at, where I'm at, or maybe we have a different model that we're going to look at, you're not that far away. You just need to make a minor tweak here or there. We can do that. And then, of course, you can send me a video with points from when you're serving, points from when you're returning in a match, and we can really dive into a tactical focus. What is your instinctive shot choice? What is your instinctive court positioning after that? And maybe we make a few changes in there as well. Or just find one that, man, that's the one you want to be doing a lot. Let's figure out a way to do more of that. And then tennis-specific fitness, if you need help with either shedding some pounds, right, dropping some weight, and or some more tennis specific fitness training, I can help you with that as well. And whatever else you might have that you feel a need for some one-on-one private coaching. Best way to, next step on that, the best way is just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and we'll set up a little 15-minute free video conference call so I can show you exactly what I've got, and you can decide if this is going to be a good fit for your game. Guys, that is it for me today. Hope this has been helpful. As always, it's time. We got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.